Today I'm going to show you a great tip for changing out the pinless blades on a Wen scroll saw, like this beauty here. Doing so will make it faster to make interior cuts on your scroll saw projects. So stay tuned, it's going to be fun. My name is James and this is Homestyle Woodcrafts. This model of the Wen scroll saw, model 3920, allows you to use both pin end blades and pinless blades. And changing out the pin end blades is really quite easy on this model. Unfortunately, changing out the pinless blades is awkward and clunky. This model uses two little pieces called blade attachments to hold the pinless blades on the saw. Let me zoom you in and show you. You'll see it right here. Here's a close-up of the blade attachment, and it fits on this little hook right there. And there's one below too, here. And it fits on a similar hook, it's just upside down. The way these work is you slide the end of the blade up into a little hole that's right here and right down here, and then you tighten them up with screws on each side. So then you reinstall the blade by placing them on the hooks, the top and the bottom. And then of course you would adjust the tension on the blade, and then it would be ready to go. So the problem comes in when you want to do an interior cut. And what I mean by interior cut is you're not cutting from the edge of the workpiece, but you're wanting to cut out some kind of shape interior to the workpiece. So for example, let's say I want to cut out this circular-ish shape here. The way you do that is you drill a hole through the place you want to cut out, and then you unattach the top part of the blade from the saw, and you feed it through the workpiece, and then you reattach it, and then you can proceed with your cut. So the problem with this model of the Wen scroll saw is that when you release the upper part of the blade, you lose tension, and it's very likely that the bottom part of the saw blade will just kind of fall out. And so today's video is to show you this great tip to make that a lot easier, faster to change, and more effective for your scroll saw project. You're going to need a couple of things to use this method. One is a small spring clamp, and the other is a thin piece of scrap cardboard. And I'll show you what to do with them. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is take your cardboard and cut a slot in it, like that. I've already done that. The next thing is take the clamp, and I picked this clamp up for less than $1, by the way. Anyway, clamp it onto the blade. And what this is going to do, when I release the tension on the upper part of the blade, this clamp will maintain the tension to keep the bottom part of the blade in place. Okay, so once I have the cardboard in place and the clamp in place, I'm going to reach back and release the tension on the blade. And that's at the back of the scroll saw. I'm going to loosen the blade from the upper blade attachment, like so, and just set it aside. Now I can take my workpiece and thread it through the hole that I've already drilled. Then I can put the upper blade attachment back into place. And put it back on the hook, like so. Then I'm going to reset the tension on the back of the saw. And then I can remove the clamp and the piece of cardboard, and I'm ready to make my cut. If you like these kind of tool tips, then I'd encourage you to subscribe to this channel, because I'll be doing more. And also hit that notification button so that you're aware when I publish a new video. By the way, I'd encourage you to check out this video up here. I think it's one you're really going to like. Now, something to remember when you're using this method. When you reseat that upper blade attachment, don't put it too low on the blade, because when you tighten it down and reset the tension on the back of the saw, then what can happen is if you seat it too low, you'll actually be increasing the tension, and you can pop the blade out of the lower blade attachment. It's not a big deal. I've done it several times myself. You'll just have to reattach the blade to the bottom blade attachment. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful. I'll see you next time.